Get my meds. Get my meds. Yes. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Okay, go to bed. So this is what is inside the medical bag that Colt grabs for me in case of an emergency or when he alerts. If I'm in the house, I ask him to get my meds and he grabs this bag. There are many different locations that I have different bags. My wheelchair backpack, the car, stuff like that, my purse. So they all have the same necessities. Sometimes, depending on what I put in each location, normally the necessities are there, but sometimes I need more. Like if I'm having a really bad day, I just grab this bag and take it wherever I go because it has everything in it. But there are different things, like he knows how to grab the bag that's in the wheelchair backpack if I'm having an emergency out in public or whatever. So he's trained for, scent trained for the different pull ties that I have on them for him to grab them. So these are just regular medications, seizure meds, heart meds, stuff like that. My own oxygen mask just for oxygen. Puke bag, always needed. I'll go through those last because there's a lot to do in those. This is gauze just in case I get hurt. I mean, even if he got hurt, I would use it on him, but normally I keep gauze and everything because I end up biting my lip or my tongue during a seizure, or I normally don't hit my head anymore because he's trained to block my head, but just in case, for anything. Electrodes for the heart monitor. And most of the stuff that is in here right now is used. I kept it in here from the last time I had to use it, just so that I can do this video and everything's out of the sterile packaging, because normally in the sterile packaging you can't really see what it is. So these are just saline flushes that I have to use for when I hook up an IV. These are medical wraps that I reuse because they don't have any blood or anything on them, and it helps hold, if I do have an IV, it helps hold it on my arm or wherever I have to put it, because if I have a seizure I could yank it out or whatever. So I have these that I put on nice and tight to hold them on. This is IV tubing, which yes, I have used already. So IV tubing. And this is the pack that has all the, so here's one needle. This is a used needle. This is not used yet. This is not used as well. And the tubing that connects to the needle. So just say this is the needle. So this is not the needle, but just say it is. So it's the needle that's in your vein, say, and then that tubing connects to that, and then that really long tube connects to the end of that and goes to an IV bag. That was difficult. So this is this types of stickers that you use on the back of your hand or wherever you put the IV to hold it in a little better, but I still have to put that wrap around it because the tape's just not enough. Alcohol prep pads before you do an IV and a shot. Obviously that's important. Another piece to IV equipment. Some gauze if I need it, like when I take it out or after a shot, if I need to put a band-aid over it with the gauze. This is also used for an IV. Some more saline flushes. These are also used needles. So some of these aren't used, some of them are. But there's certain needles for, like IV needle, this one right here. And then there's ones for shots, so they're different. This is also a different needle. This is not one that goes in your skin. This actually injects into the IV bag. So if I need an IV, it's because I need medication over a longer period of time because I'm having cluster seizures or whatever. So you know, I get the dosage that I need inside one of these syringes. That's what they're used for. They have I have prescribed syringes for this type of thing. So I take the medicine bottle, I withdraw the amount that I need, and then I put it into the IV bag, or I have a different needle to put on the tips for shots. So it really just depends on the situation. This is nose medication. I don't know how else to say that. It's for seizures, so it is seizure medication, but you put it in my nose. So there's a special syringe here somewhere. It has a cone on it, like a foam type cone, and the tip part goes in your nose, and then you take the medication out of here. And this one is already opened, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. It has my date of birth and prescription and everything on the tube. And you syringe the medication into the nose so that it's like while you're actively seizing, you could also get a shot, but normally with people in public, it's hard for them to give you a shot if you're not with somebody, which never really happens to me, but all the people that I'm with that I know are trained in these things. But if it just say it was some random person that had to do it because I wasn't with somebody, there's instructions on how to do the nose medication first. If they have to give me a shot, they can. I realized in my last video that I totally didn't explain that at all. I explained shots and IVs and went into great detail, and I didn't explain my nose medication. So there you go. That is the most common medication, and at that time, I was actually out of it. So that's probably why I totally drew a blank. But the nose medication is actually pretty common. A lot of people have it with severe seizures. They get the nose medication so that it could be administered while the person is having a seizure without hurting them, or even the general public can do it. It's not really hard. You just got to make sure it goes in. And yeah, so that's about it. I have another bag that has gloves, a ton of medical tape, and the tie for your arm to start an IV. Gloves, and then medical tape. And that is just about everything that goes in this bag. I mean, there are a few things. I never found that cone piece, so I probably should find that when I restock the bag. But, yeah, that's my emergency medical bag, and Colt is trained to get it for me. He's trained to get the other bags for me as well. But like I said, there are some things that are in this bag that aren't in the other ones and stuff like that. And if I were to be setting up an IV myself, I wouldn't be completely in an emergency situation, so I wouldn't have to have him, well, I mean, I could have him get the bag, but there is an actual IV bag that I keep them in the fridge. So he's trained to get those as well, but I normally don't have him get them just in case he pops one. He never has, but just in case he has, I mean, just in case he does, I keep that to me getting it or somebody else getting it if I'm having a bad day. But he is trained to get it just in case I absolutely need it and I can't get up or whatever. So it really just depends on the situation with me. I guess I'm a very difficult person, so I have a lot to explain. So I hope you enjoy this boring video. Didn't try to bore you to death, but it's kind of a lot of stuff to explain. So yeah, thanks for watching.